irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. And my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message to the best. If it ain't me, then you need you a confession, you a mess. You ain't scary to me. Heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you, cheetah, run up down the air in the scene. I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's sauce so I don't leave it.
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, this is the National Football League. And the San Francisco 49ers taking on Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First time we get to see the 49ers offense behind their quarterback, now in his 7th season as a pro from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And there he is, the man known as Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo, who I thought had a really nice year in 2019. So close to culminating with a Super Bowl title. Accurate with the football, completed nearly 70% of his passes, which was 4th best in the NFL. Nearly 4,000 yards through the air with a team that runs the ball with great efficiency. 27 touchdowns, but in the Super Bowl, didn't quite make the plays they needed down the stretch. But remember, some big wins last year at New Orleans, at Seattle in Week 17, 2 playoff wins. He's continuing to develop as one of the better ascending players in the league.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
6 yards to go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
2nd and 8 at the 29-yard.
From the 29, Garoppolo. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. First and goal from just inside the 5. The first carry for the North Texas man, it's Jeff Wilson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
2nd down and goal. Garoppolo That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Garoppolo finding Kendrick Bourne there. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Right off the bat, they start with a very solid, methodical 10-play drive.
And you know me, I tend to look at things from the defensive side. They're coming off the field gassed right away. We're in the first drive of the game. So it's not just what happened, but think of the emotion you carry into a game, then double it with getting a 10-play drive put on you and points scored. They're pretty tired right now.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Eagles nothing.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out come the Eagles for their first drive, led out by their quarterback in his 5th year in Philly, Carson Wentz.
And when I think of Carson Wentz in his first 4 years in the league, I kind of look at him as bookends because his first year as a rookie, he started all 16 games. The next 2 years, beset by injuries. But last year, started all 16 in the regular season again and was very productive. His first 4,000-yard campaign throwing the ball, 27 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. The injuries got him again in the wild card game, but when he's on the field, his team is dangerous.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first is Wentz. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 2nd down. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Eagles.
Now Wentz again.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
Here come the 49ers again offensively, and this is a team, Charles, that after week 2 is really just decimated with injuries. That's the bad news. The good news, they did get the victory pretty convincingly in New York over the Jets, but gosh, they came into this game with injuries to George Kittle, Richard Sherman, and Deebo Samuel, and they leave with season-ending injuries to Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas on that defense. Jimmy Garoppolo had the ankle sprain. Raheem Mostert left. I mean, it is not looking good right now on the injury front for San Francisco.
It certainly is not. Now, one thing that may help them is the relaxed injured reserve rules this year, right? You can bring guys back quicker than you could before, and I believe you can bring more back. So that could help them if some of them can return. Some of them, it appears, will not return. These injuries look like they're season ending. They've got a heck of a battle on their hands. They will play the Giants this week at the same site. But if you go back to last season, health helps you get to a Super Bowl, as we all know. That's not just last season. That's any season. But last year, San Francisco, hardly any lost time to any key players. A little bit different here in 2020.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
49ers first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Raheem Mostert there. That'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Garoppolo again. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gary. Past the 20. There he goes, left side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
His kick is good.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
49ers 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The attention shifts back to Jimmy Garoppolo and the NFC champs. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick six. Now Garoppolo lost the football.
Jimmy Garoppolo sacked.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo got the connection here to Bourne.
Complete.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Niners on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 14. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Well, Charles, for the Philadelphia Eagles, it's an 0-2 start to 2020. They were losers in the opener at Washington, and then the Rams came in and handed it to them in Week 2, 37-19. Carson Wentz, outplayed by the man, drafted one spot higher than him in the 2015 draft. And he finished 26 of 43, 242 yards, but 2 more interceptions. So, Charles, that's now 4 picks that he's thrown in 2 games.
And he didn't counterbalance it in this game with a touchdown pass. Didn't have one. So that made things even more difficult for this Philadelphia Eagles team. He did say it after the game, turnovers are killing us. He's well aware. But don't forget, he's got a jumbled offensive line in front of him. They've had injury on top of injury, changes of position throughout this early going. They've got to get settled in there to give him a better chance. Remember, he was sacked 8 times in the season opener at Washington. Now, they get to host the winless Bengals in Week 3. And normally you would think that's a week to get right, Brandon. But that's not going to be so easy. Joe Burrow's playing awfully well. And these Bengals, they're feeling like a team that's starting to get better and better.
He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there. Wentz will try again on second down. But it's going to be second down. This is Butler making the catch. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Eagles.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Wentz finding Alshon Jeffrey, and the Eagles add on to their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That time a 6-play drive, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. A throw over the middle, taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Is good.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few. They look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there, Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He'll swing this out to Mostert.
Garoppolo's pass.
It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half.
That's the end of the first.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a terrific first half from quarterback Carson Wentz. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Gets through, and now an opening. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
28-yard gain.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he's brought down. Another first down as he went right back to the same. Well, this time for 17 yards.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes.
And the Eagles are in for 6.
On the keeper. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, let's go back to the start of the season talk, Charles. We talked about some 2-0 and 0-2 teams. You mentioned Arizona, maybe a good surprise. Houston, a bad surprise. Any other teams a surprise at this point to you?
Well, I think that I would look at the Los Angeles Rams right out of the gate at home against Dallas, opening their new stadium. Many thought Dallas would go out west and beat them. That didn't happen. Then how about the Rams going on the road this week and beating Philadelphia, and decisively? This looks like a Rams team that finished 9-7 last year. It has designs on challenging for the division title. And one other team I would throw in there is a little bit of a surprise, just by how it's gone down. How about Atlanta? I know it's tough against Seattle, tough against Dallas. Seattle was at home, but they got jumped on by Seattle. And in the Dallas game, they just gave away. That's a team that should be at worst 1-1 right now. Now looking at 0-2 and have a lot of questions.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
He was brought down by Emmanuel.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for the Eagles on third down. 56 yards. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And this offense is running away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to get him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Brought down at the 35-yard line.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 35 on 2nd down, Garoppolo. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Eagles have recovered. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk.
That's good.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. A play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
49ers 10.
On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score. And
they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Let's shift now and discuss Deshaun Jackson. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get...
And he's into the clear. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 31 yards there and a first down.
First down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll run with Sanders. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and up forced the incompletion.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown.
Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Eagles continue to roll. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this one through the uprights and good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
To Dante Pettis.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and it's 3rd and short. Garoppolo looks to throw, and that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over a 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That's caught by Jackson. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And it's up and good. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
7-yard line.
There's Garoppolo to throw. His throw incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Brandon Ayuk. And that'll bring up second down.
It's second
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They throw again on second down. This one's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Intended for Hakeem Butler.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
And 10.
Floating one, incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. One final try now for Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll get ready for the trek back to the city as we say so long from Santa Clara.
What a great city it is. We're going to have a blast tonight.